Hey kids, it's me again, still on hiatus? ? Anyway, I just wanted to talk about something real quick for a quick vid. This time I'm not hot and toasty about something, but rather I wanted to point out something I saw. There's this YouTuber called Jimmy Snow. If you don't know who that is, he's probably better known as Mr. Atheist, but he doesn't go by that name online anymore. I was never subscribed to Jimmy, but I watched his content quite often. As his former name would suggest, he made a lot of content pertaining to religions and atheism, with his videos centering on responding to the beliefs of Girl Defined, The Transformed Wife, Paul and Morgan, and other popular and problematic religious YouTubers. I quite liked his content. I identify as agnostic myself, so for a time I was regularly watching his channel, Rachel Oates, Telltale, Fundy Fridays, and others, as well as non-atheist religion-centric content like God is Grey and Religion for Breakfast. Jimmy is an ex-Mormon himself, so it's a topic close to his heart. Or at least, it used to be. Recently, about 3 months ago, our pal Jimbo decided to pivot away from doing solely his Dear Mr. Atheist content and added a new type of show to his channel called The Sometimes Show. The Sometimes Show was a late-night adjacent news show that originally was only going to be posted sometimes, hence the name. I thought it was good that he was exploring different things when it came to his YouTube content, but personally, I was not interested in that kind of content, especially from him. I have Philip DeFranco and John Scarce to fill that void, and also the actual news, since my parents still have cable. I hadn't been watching his content very much recently. My attention span these days is downright abysmal when it comes to YouTube channels and podcasts, but I would still get videos and community posts showing up on my homepage. About a week ago, I saw a community post from him that was a screenshot of one of his tweets. If you love the show, share the show. Heart. Today was our 36th episode of The Sometimes Show. At our current pace, we'll do episode 100 in late September, maybe early October. If by then we aren't averaging 50,000 views per episode, I'll consider the rollout a failure. Doesn't mean I'll quit it, but that's the goal. Also, off script, I want to point out that later he does say that he's going to quit in a different screenshot that I have from a different community post, where someone asked what the original community post said, which I'm going to get to in a bit. In reply, he says, yeah, except this is basically a lie. It was a post that said I was either going to do the Sometimes Show or quit, as in keeping my old stuff wasn't an option for me, which means that he is going to quit if it flops, which is just a lot more confusion, which caused this whole kerfuffle, but back to the script. When I first read it, I thought, sucks this wasn't working out for him, and moved on. Then yesterday, I see a new community post. I don't have a screenshot for it since it's deleted now and there's no archive for it, but I think it went something like, hey guys, sorry about the confusion for the last post, meaning the tweet screenshot I think, or possibly another deleted community post I wasn't able to catch. I didn't say Dear Mr. Atheist was coming back if the Sometimes Show flopped. Dear Mr. Atheist is not coming back, and if the Sometimes Show does flop, then no more YouTube for me. Which, again, off script, that's what this screenshot is saying. So, again, it's a lot of mixed messages. Sometimes he's saying he's gonna quit, sometimes he isn't. We really don't know. That only really served to cause more confusion in the comments of the community post. There was a lot of really valid criticism in the comments. People could tell he wasn't as engaged with the Sometimes Show as he was with his Dear Mr. Atheist content. People preferred his old content because that's what they subscribed for, not a cookie-cutter news show. Some people actually liked the show and were giving words of encouragement, but a lot of people were upset with the fact that it seemed like he was just willing to up and quit because he wasn't getting the amount of views he thought he deserved. It should be noted by now that the Sometimes Show has evolved to the Everyday Show because he posts an episode every day. So the name isn't really accurate anymore unless he's keeping it for irony. Probably not though. Anyway, he took all the valid criticism in the initial post super duper well and ended up deleting it. I tried to go back to the post to see if he responded to any comments and to see the new ones, but it was gone. A new post was there though, simply reading, "The Sometimes Show is so good, the best thing I've ever created. Sparkly heart emoji, regular heart emoji." Which feels really weird, not gonna lie. I guess he's trying to deflect criticism by... Honestly, I can't even say what the strategy was here. It's a weird post and it just feels not genuine at all. Plus, he was kind of going off in the replies, again, to lots of valid criticism. So, what's happening here? Condensed version, former atheist content YouTuber decides to pivot to a general news show, only occasionally incorporating the topics from his former content. Being that he was an atheist YouTuber, most of his subscribers subscribed for that content. Majority of his old viewers didn't like the new content, so they didn't watch it, and this reflected in the views. For instance, his last purely atheist content video, one about Girl Defined, got over 100,000 views, but the Sometimes show averages about 20 to 40,000 views. This upsets him. He says if he doesn't start getting 50,000 views on his show, he'll consider it a failure, heavily insinuating and straight up saying that he's gonna quit YouTube over it. To a lot of his fans, and me, this seems like a pretty straightforward guilt trip. He gets valid criticism for his decisions and just ends up deleting it instead of, actually listening. He makes a condescending post about how his show is ooh so good, and people call him out for the weird behavior, causing him to get super defensive in the replies. Also, let's not forget he called people ableist for misconstruing his posts. He recently, like a week ago, revealed he has autism. That also rubs some people the wrong way. So yeah, things aren't really looking up for Jimmy Snow. Social Blade is pretty limited nowadays, but it seems he's lost about 1,000 subscribers in the last week. Again, he's been doing the Sometimes show for 3 months now, so it seems like it all kind of started when the "please watch my show or I'll quit" posts started. Jimmy, if you're watching this, which I doubt honestly, please just listen to what your viewers have to say. You can make whatever content you want. It is your channel after all. But even actual news shows pay attention to ratings. Being condescending is only going to turn your longtime fans against you and cause your show that you seem to care about flop even harder, which you don't want. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching.